As we transition into fall, I think you're gonna like the next recipe. In fact, love the next recipe I'm gonna show you because we're gonna be making a chili cheese potato casserole. Let's get it. First thing we're gonna need, my loves, is we have our diced potatoes. Now these are Yukon Gold potatoes. If you want to use, like, let's say maybe russet potatoes, you could definitely use russet as well. We went ahead and we cubed the potatoes off camera. So we're gonna start off with adding a drizzle of oil. Use any oil that you have on hand, whether it be avocado or olive oil. That will work out perfectly fine. We're also gonna hit it with a dash of salt and ground black pepper. Potatoes are bland. I don't know what kind of potatoes you buy, but the ones I buy, they have no flavor. So we're gonna give it a little extra flavor. Let's also go in with some smoked paprika for a nice smoky element as well. I like my potatoes really, really smoky. Like when I sear these bad boys off and I add sausage to them, oh my goodness. When you add enough smoked paprika, it really brings out that flavor. It's so good. We're also gonna add some garlic powder. This is granulated, along with my all-purpose chicken seasoning. Alrighty, that's about it. We're gonna take our spatula. We're gonna combine the seasonings with the potatoes. Make sure the potatoes are perfectly coated. Preheat those ovens to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Get your, I wanna say 9x13 will work perfectly fine. 9x13 roasting dish or roasting casserole dish. I think it's fair enough to say everything is perfectly coated. This looks great. We're gonna add it to our baking dish. And of course, we're gonna scrape out all of the seasonings. Take the back of the spatula or the side of the spatula, spread the potatoes out into the casserole dish, of course. Make sure everything is flat and laying evenly because we want that even heat distribution to cook our potatoes. And that's about it, my loves. Into the oven for about 20 minutes. Our potatoes have about 15 more minutes in the oven. So in the meanwhile, let's make a delicious heartwarming style chili. All right, we have, for this particular recipe, I'm going to use my cast iron skillet. It's just something about the autumn and the fall that just makes me want to reach for my cast iron everything. I don't know what it is. We're going to go in with about 80-20 of ground beef. And just in case you're wondering, this is about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds. Gonna break it down. And we're gonna cook our meat until it's no longer pink. Should take about 3 to 4 minutes because this skillet is really, really hot. I prefer the 80-20 because it's a little softer in texture when it comes down to the browning process and the cooking process. Now, if you want to use a lean cut, of course, by all means, you could definitely use the leaner cut of meat. However, I find that when you use a leaner cut of ground beef, it's a little bit, it's not as moist, right? And it's not as juicy. With a pan as big as this, the best route to take is the paper towel method, okay? I'm gonna dab up as much oil as possible. All right, I am gonna leave some of the oil in the pan, however, because I plan on cooking our veggies. All right, so this is perfect. Let's add some onions to the mix. Let's get these onions sauteed and cooked down until they're nice and translucent. Next on up is gonna be our finely chopped garlic. Toast the garlic as well and allow that to become fragrant. We're gonna go in there, we're gonna incorporate both the ground beef along with the onions and garlic. And while we add it, let's add some bell peppers. For this recipe, if you have green bell peppers on hand, you could definitely chop up the green bell peppers. However, as I always say, use what you have on hand. I had red, obviously, so that's what we're gonna be using. Now, yes, the red bell peppers is a slight bit sweeter than the green bell peppers, but it's gonna work perfectly fine. Give that a good toss. And you still hear that sizzle, right? That's because there's still oil in the pan, which is perfect, which is gonna allow our veggies to saute beautifully. Let's add our diced tomatoes. Mix that on in. Along with our beans. These are red kidney beans. If you have black beans, you can rock out with those as well. I've made a chili recipe this week using black beans and it was delicious. Give it a good stir. Let's add some salt, ground black pepper, along with our garlic powder. In this bottle we have cumin, of course. Cumin is pungent, so we're not going to add too much cumin. However, cumin gives chili that authentic flavor. We're also going to add some ground chili. Not as much chili, my loves. Even though the name of the recipe is chili, don't add too much chili unless you like that spicy heat factor. We're also going to add some smoked paprika for that smoky element, of course. Cooking with Tammy all-purpose chicken seasoning. Even though it says chicken, it has no chicken properties in here. It just works really good with all proteins, chicken included. To step things up a notch and give this chili some warmth, we're going to add some cinnamon. I know we don't add cinnamon to most of our recipes. Not only is our cinnamon going to bring warmth to our chili, but it's also going to cut the acidity when it comes to the tomatoes. Not to mention the aroma. Woo, it smells good. It smells really, really delicious. I like to use cinnamon not just for our baked goods, but when cooking as well, whether it be making like porridges, different things, you know what I'm saying? We just went ahead and added about 8 ounces of tomato sauce. We're gonna lower the flame slightly, and we're gonna allow our chili to continue simmering. You know what? I'm gonna add even more tomato sauce. After all, why not? Finish off the can. And no, this was not a whole, what is this, 28 ounce can. No, this was some leftover that I had from another recipe. Because I know somebody probably see the can, recognize the can, like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna add the entire 28 ounces to the chili. Nah, that would be definitely too much. We're gonna add a small amount of beef bouillon for that extra amplified flavor. All right, at this point in time, lower the flame. Allow the chili to come to a slow simmer. If you wanna place a lid onto the pot, you definitely can. And that's about it. Roasted potatoes are done. Chili is off the stovetop. Let's get it. All right, as you can see, we have a lot of goodness going on. You can tell that these potatoes are perfectly seasoned. These would be the perfect potatoes to add with eggs and sausage in the morning. Ooh wee. Delicious roasted potatoes. Only difference is you're gonna cook it for a little longer. You feel what I'm saying? A little longer than 20 minutes. All right, we're gonna continue to spread the potatoes out into the casserole dish. Check out the chili. This is gorgeous. Not to mention the aroma of the chili. Woo, it smells good. We're gonna take some of our beautiful chili and add some of it to the potatoes. Add some of the smell good, baby. I love how it's just perfectly laying on top of the potatoes. Perfect. All of our potatoes are covered. So it leaves room for us to either use the remaining chili and create a delicious chili grilled cheese sandwich. I just gave you an idea, right? Chili grilled cheese. Or we could continue and just layer more chili on top. So therefore we end up having this meaty, beautiful casserole. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of chili back because I know somebody in this household is gonna wanna eat the chili, okay? Too many people in the household to refuse that. I have cheddar and I also have mozzarella. So we're gonna combine the mozzarella with the cheddar and we're gonna add both. If you wanna add, like, let's say maybe a Mexican blend of cheese, I don't see why not. Oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until the potatoes are fully cooked and the cheese is perfectly melted. I went ahead and removed it from the oven. I'm gonna add the parsley on top now, and this is gorgeous. You see what I was talking about with the 2 colors of the cheeses? Whoa, this is, listen, big on presentation, and I can't wait to see what the flavors taste like. This is gorgeous. And no, I didn't let it set. Not this time, at least. I am so hungry that I don't have patience to allow it to set and cool off. Cooking with Tammy has done it again. This right here, oh my goodness, you got to add this to your fall lineup of recipes. Woo! The cinnamon, it adds that subtle bit of flavor, but it's so warming to the palate. All of the flavors tied together, absolutely delicious. Another #1 hitter. As always, I'm your girl Cooking with Tammy. Don't forget to get your seasonings, cookingwithtammy.shop. And as always, I will continue to bring you these delicious recipes. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.